Hi everybody, this is Benedek here, very welcome to my channel. In this video I will be discussing about Amazon S3, or betterly known as Simple Storage Service. Amazon S3 is actually the ultimate serverless storage service of the cloud, so that you can use it very easily, it's easy to use, and it is highly available and also scalable, automatically scalable, meaning that you can deploy there or upload there many things, and you don't have to worry about how much space you have, how much space you own, and what are the limitations. You can use up as much as you wish, though obviously the prices are depending on that, but the thing is that the scaling is automatic. And also it is very ideal not just for storing your raw data, for example pictures and things like that, but you can of course use that for backup storage or for any other files. But the best thing is that it is ideal for high performing resilient web front-end applications. If you have, for example, a React or Angular front-end, you can upload it there, you can deploy it to an S3 bucket, you can configure static web hosting, and boom, that is visible to everyone. You don't have to deal with the scaling, as it's automatically managed by AWS for us. So it is a very cool feature, and it is a very good service of AWS. And the best thing is that it is cheap. You can use more and pay less, meaning that in an AWS account, if you have many things and many data stored in S3, the more you use, the amount will be charged less. I mean, obviously your costs will increase, but the ratio will be different. And the best thing also is that it is safe. AWS offers automatic data encryption by default for any AWS S3 buckets, which is extremely cool, I think. And also it is important that it is serverless, so that you don't have to manage the underlying server infrastructure. You don't have to deal with operating systems and things like that, nor you have to deal with any load balancing. So no load balancing on your side. Obviously it is there, but it is not something you have to manage. It is automatic. Alright, I really love S3. It is a cool feature of AWS, and we will start exploring it now together. Alright guys, here I have opened the aws.amazon.com, and now I will sign into my AWS Management Console. You can also sign in, or if you don't have an account, then you can just register one real quick. And it is recommended to use an IAM user instead of your root user. Now I will log in, and I will get back to you soon. Alright, I've just successfully logged into my AWS Management Console. Now I will just search for the service called S3, or I could just write Simple Storage Service. Here we are. This is S3, Scalable Storage in the Cloud. I'm just selecting it right now. Alright. Here we go. As you can see, I have some buckets already in my account. Note that it is a global service, so these are grayed out. You cannot select a particular region for this, because this is a global service. As you can see, they are all gray. All right. You can click this create bucket so that you can create a new storage space, like a folder, for example. Bucket is a logical unit. Let's say it is very similar to a folder actually. All right, I can give here a name of my bucket. So I will call it demo bucket. And it will be in the EU Central Frankfurt region, because it is very close to my current location. By default, ACLs are disabled, but I will enable it. This way I can manually make public certain
certain objects inside my bucket. And by the way, I didn't mention that S3 is an object storage, not a block storage, meaning that you cannot use it directly uh, as a file system for any operating systems or virtual servers. But there is a cool service on AWS called API or not API, sorry, storage gateway. And with storage gateway, you can actually mimic an S3 bucket to work like a block storage. But I won't go into that details for now. So it is an object storage. All right, you can store in files basically, and also you can upload, HTML files for static web hosting. All right, I will go with ACS enabled. And by default, it blocks all public access, which is good. But for web hosting, I wanna, untick this. Whenever I untick this, it means that now it is enabling access. Or sorry, it can enable access. It don't. So it didn't become public just as I've unticked that, but it is allowing me to make public the particular objects in the storage, and I have to acknowledge that. Yeah, I really want that configuration. All right, I will don't enable bucket versioning, and you can here add tags. For example, if you are a company, let's say, and you have many projects, you can add a tag. For example, you can say something like project, and you can say like demo project. And even for a project, you can have multiple environments. It can be production or let's say staging, and you can use it to filter out the budgets on the cost explorer. We will learn about it in an upcoming video. I won't add tags, just I've showed you how could you do that. And it is good that you can enable server-side encryption, but now I won't do that because I wanna make everything simple. And now I can just hit create bucket. Yeah. And it is showing me an issue. It says that bucket with the same name already exists. You can, be a little bit surprised, because if you check your account, then you can find that you don't have a bucket with demo bucket name. But the thing is that the names of S3 buckets must be unique across all regions and across all accounts in AWS. So if anyone previously added this name, then you cannot use it. So I will write in my name and the current date of when I recorded this video, so that probably now it will allow me to create that bucket. And I am ready. As you can see, it's a successfully created bucket. All right, now I will refresh that, and yeah, it is there actually. So here is the demo bucket, and it says objects can be public. So they are not public, and of course, because there are no objects, but also because you have to manually enable a particular object to be public. All right, here we are. We are in the bucket, let's say, and here you could see the objects, which are the files stored in that. And if you click that upload button, you can drag and drop your files to here. All right, so I've just found a picture of myself, so I am going to just simply, drag and drop this file and upload it here. All right, it is just a JPEG, and whenever I hit upload, it will be uploaded. Cool. As you can see, now it is listed here, and this particular image is already in a bucket which can be public, but it is not public. I mean, this current image. To verify this to you, if you hit this copy URL, and if you go to a new tab paste it in there, it says access denied. It is because it is not a public object, basically. But if you have this selected and go to actions, here is something called make public using ACL. ACL is just, it is an access control list, and it is very similar to a kind of passport, officer, so of the cloud. So you have to tell them that we want to have this public. So whenever I hit make public, and if I go here and refresh, boom, here we go. As you can see, now we can serve up that file. Okay, now I am going to just delete it real quick by copy and paste. Permanently delete and delete objects. All right, it is gone. Now I will show you how you can use this bucket for static web hosting. So I'm gonna search for some dummy index HTML or anything, some HTML file, and drag and drop here so that I can upload it, and we will configure static web hosting real quick. All right, I've just found a good HTML file for this demo. So here we go. I'm just dragging and dropping it. You can call it anything. You don't have to necessarily be index.html, but I will keep it like that. I'm clicking uploading, and it is uploaded. Now I'm going to actions and make public using ACL, and I make it public. And now, in order to have it working properly, you have to go to the properties and go down to find the static web hosting. If you find the static web hosting, you can click the edit button and just select that enable host a static website, and you can give it the index document, so the main document, and in our case it is index.html, and even if we have an error, we want to go there, right, because we don't have any other HTML files currently in the bucket. All right, and as we have this configured, in the properties tab, if you go to the very bottom of that, you will find a URL, and after you copy that URL, you can, test it out, and it is working. So you have a serverless web hosting solution on AWS. Of course, the domain name is currently not very fancy, and as you can see, it doesn't work together with HTTPS currently, but those are just, small little things which we will learn very, very soon how to configure, so that you can have a custom domain name here with an HTTPS connection, which is a secure connection. All right, guys, that was it for today. I am just going to delete the bucket and its contents. So first I'm going to delete the object here, and after that I am going to just the buckets, and I will find it, and I am going to hit the delete button and get rid of this. All right, copy and paste this and just simply delete that bucket. Okay, it is gone. I hope you liked it, and if so, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. That means a lot to me, and have an absolutely wonderful day wherever you are. Be safe out there. Bye.